Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome to another MTGA NerdPhil video. We are continuing our Kaldheim preparation. We are finishing off week 2, going strong. So if you're interested in seeing more stuff like this as we prepare and look at decks that will get us going for Kaldheim, consider hitting that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that alarm bell, whatever helps you find me easier in the future. Trying to get to 2 subs before my birthday, which is mid-Feb, so that would really help me out. And I'll also talk about randomly, just random stuff in the nerd world that I like, so you get additional content as well. Today we're going to look at Orzhov Flyers. There's just a lot of good angels and demons that are coming out in Kaldheim, and it's going to really warp the format. And I wanted to kind of look at the Flyers that we have now and see, if this is something that can work, or if this is just kind of like Orzhov good stuff. It's a bit of both. So let me show you what we're working with. Got Fearless Sledging. It gets flying, so even if you get flooded with land, you still have like a threat on the board that gets bigger and bigger. Glass Casket for the removal. I am playing Luminarch Aspirant, which I know isn't a flyer, but this deck needs a little bit of help, and Luminarch Aspirant does help us punch a little bit harder and a little bit faster. So it is here. But honestly, I would probably play this in paper form too when Kaldheim comes out. Ephemia. We are playing enough enchantments, so if we get milled for a whole bunch or if they hit the graveyard, Ephemia is a good way to still present a constant threat on the board. Heartless Act for the premium removal spell. Very, very good card. Cutsail Freebooter. Good card at least gathering information. So I really like that in this aspect. You get and you deny them a card, and if they want that card back, you force them to remove it on a 1/2 flyer, which isn't the biggest threat in the world. Vanishing Light, premium removal spell. I'm always on this. Nighthawk Scavenger. I think Nighthawk Scavenger goes in decks that don't require you to hold up spells all the time, so it's a good fit here. Taborax, just because, we can maybe get something, really big if they see other things as threats, so becomes a threat in that sense. We got Legion Angel with the 3 in the sideboard for constant threats. Nightmare Shepherd, because it's actually pretty good in this deck. Rankle, one of the premium black flyers. Then we got 2 ECDs just to remove big stuff and then get a flyer back, and we can actually do that because we're creature heavy. Then we got Mirror's Call, 3 Academy's Awakening, 2 Castle Ardenvales, 4 Plains, 3 Castle Lockqueens, 4 Swamps, 4 Pathways, and 3 of the Fabled Passage. So I don't expect this deck to do extremely well. Again, this is more of a preparation. We're just kind of looking at how it functions and how it can be improved upon. There's a lot of ways this deck can be improved upon. I already know for a fact I would probably take out the Taborax unless there's a lot of... Well, there are Angel Clerics, so who knows? We are going to keep this even though our top end is very heavy. It's kind of hard to pass up 2 Heartless Acts here. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we're playing against rogues. Good for us, honestly, because we do have the Ephemia to hopefully work with a little bit, just kind of get us cooking. All right, we will continue to draw lands. I'm just gonna Heartless Act now before we start getting milled out too quickly. Got Heartless Act number 2 on the way. I actually don't think rogues should be playing Temple of Deceits. It slows them down, but just a personal opinion. No need to... Alright, we have our land, so... Actually, we got milled in a nice sequence of ways. I would have liked the Banishing Light personally, but this will do. I'm hoping for... I was kind of hoping he would do a Zareth Sand, but... Here's the thing. I have enough for ECD, but it only hits 3, and most rogues are not 3. Let's try it. I'm willing to see what's happening. Okay, so that kind of worked out. There is the Ephemia. I actually don't mind if this gets countered. Okay, so he has a removal spell is what it is. Yeah. Here's drawing the lock. Alright, that's fine. Oh? He's gonna let it resolve. Huh. Alright then, now we have at least a threat that will stay on the board. And he allows us to put it back in our hand. Okay, I'm okay with that. Oh, this is perfect actually, because now we have a perfect ECD. So we're going to pay the 3 life. No more Allures for you. And next turn, his counter spells are going to be a little bit more expensive, so that will kind of give us a little bit more room to play what we need. He plays the Brazen Power, so that's not necessarily a good sight for him, I think. Alright, I feel pretty good about this then. There's a Taborax, which isn't too bad. So I want to land a threat on the board. I guess it would be the Nightmare Shepherd. And he's milled a couple of stuff. So we have a Nighthawk Scavenger that we can get back, because that's our only creature, which is pretty nice. So I feel... Wow, he spent a lot of mana on Teferi's Tutelage, so that's okay with me. And he's going to mill us for more, so maybe we can get something really good with ECD. Alright, nope, we don't. We actually lost kind of one of our better cards, but that's alright with me. Alright, we got a pretty big Nighthawk Scavenger going, like that. What is nice though is that Ephemia will continue to pump out 2/2s. But I am going to consider Extinction Event. Because if he Extinctions an event for even, we're in big trouble. So that being said, I might actually just slam down the Taborax. Is he going to double block here? Doesn't matter if he double blocks because we still have a threat in the air. Okay, decides to do the chump block Wind Robber combo. Okay, those are 2 cards I didn't really want, so that kind of works out. I'm actually going to play the Taborax because he could be playing Extinction Event. So, that being said, we've got enough threats. I'm actually going to play the Ephemia now. We've got enough threats to where whatever he chooses, we still have good threats. It's most likely going to choose Odd, which would still be pretty good, but we're going to keep 2 decent threats here. Yep, there's the Extinction Event. All good. We predicted this, so we still get to continue to have nice threats on the board. So I'm pretty happy about that. Luminarch Aspirant here. Not bad either. I'm gonna put in the Rankle. You know. Actually, this is perfect too. Put the Luminarch Aspirant. Because again, Extinction Event will not be as good. Alright. Oh, he blocked in an interesting way. I thought he would kill something with the Brazen Bar, but I guess not. Alright. Oh, could be a Xerath Sand. Ah, I did not think about the Xerath Sand. Could be a slight problem. I should have thought about that. So that was kind of my bad, actually. So we could be in a slight problem here, but not too bad. Not too bad. He does have to get a flying... Oh, he does an... Oh, he goes for the Banishing Light. Okay. That's actually fine. I actually wanted to keep the Nighthawk Scavenger in the game, so that kind of worked out pretty well for us. Xerath is odd, so doesn't really do him any favors. Okay, that's fine. So again, there for 2. And we still have that to work with. And luckily the Xerath won't be able to do too much to us. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Tabrax gets bigger. Yep, I'm willing to make the trade here. Because it also makes our Tabrax bigger. Alright, that's fine. We can do that. Get in there. Yep, he has to block. Alright, and Extinction Event does not completely wipe us out, which is nice. Thank you for getting rid of 2 useless cards. There's Dolores. That's slightly a problem, but nothing too crazy. Ooh, this is kind of a close match, but we definitely have the advantage. It says to go with the Merfolk Wind Robber combo. That's fine. I'm going to get some Castle Lockwing action going on here. I think we can do it again too, which is nice. Yep, we'll do it again. I don't mind taking 2. Alright, nice pickups here, honestly. So, I believe that is game. Because I don't have to attack with the aspirant, so he doesn't gain the life. Uh-huh. And then you'd have to remove the Rankle before the Rankle hits you. So did you draw the removal spell? He did not! We beat Rogues. Woo! That's why, you know, I was a little hesitant to put the Aspirant because it's not a flyer, but again, this deck's not at its peak yet, of course, so Aspirant just gives it that little push. But honestly speaking, I would probably still put Aspirant in Orzhov flyers because it's just that good. And honestly, there might be like a sub-cleric type in that deck, so there's no reason to not put Luminarch Aspirant in the deck. It's just such a good card all around. It's a constant threat, and it was balanced enough because of Bone Crusher Giant. Like, you can Bone Crusher Giant it before it gets too out of hand, before it starts pumping everything too big, but it's just a solid card all around. So we're going first here. Ooh, risky keep, but let's do it. Gotta have a little bit of risk involved, right? And against control, Euphemia is probably one of our better cards. So now we do have a dead card with Glass Casket, unfortunately, but you know, you gotta work with what you have. You know, it's important to you know, just understand your risk and then knowing when to do certain things. So okay, I'm actually going to play Euphemia, keep the one untapped, and then exile that one. So weird play, but we don't have, unless we draw a land, we're not playing anything next turn, so I want to provide at least some sort of threat. Looks like this is pure Azorius. Alright, 2 births. Alright, so now our zombie is really useless, but anything we play afterwards will actually be good. But I kind of knew that that was going to happen. I'm used to being screwed over by the game, but it's important to know. Like, yes, I probably should have mulliganed, but I mean, when you mulligan to a worse hand, you feel really bad. And that stuff does happen. Like, trust me. It happens to me a lot. Okay, Frantic Inventory. That's fine. Okay. We get a Nighthawk Scavenger, which is nice. This card will do a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, we are just Arena did decide that for this game we would get a little bit more hosed, so if we don't draw a land next turn, probably be Scoop City for us, if I'm frankly honest. There is the Shatter of the Sky that resets the board, there is the land that we were looking for a while back. I'll play the Rankle. Nightmare Shepherd's kind of useless by himself right now. Let's sure, let's discard a card. I don't need 2 Nightmare Shepherds, I think. I just realized I could have just discarded the Glass Casket because I forgot that's a dead card in our hand. So that was actually a huge mistake. It's going to come back to bite me. Okay, Vanishing Light isn't terrible. Ooh, okay, we don't beat a Dream Trawler though. Yeah, we'll scoop here. When you're that far behind on land, and then if they play a card that you don't know how to deal with, which Dream Trawler is one of the cards that targeting spells doesn't do very well. You just kind of scoop, especially in a best of 1. I would have in a best of 3. I always play it out just to gather as much information as I can, force them to play more cards. But we'll get in for one more game here. We're looking okay. Like, this deck is doing a lot better than I thought, honestly. The fact that we've only been screwed over by lands is a pretty good sign. So I'm going to keep this. Again, I know it's a 2-land hand. I know some of you are going crazy, saying, what are you doing? You already know that doesn't end well, but we have 2 different colors. So it's going to, hopefully it'll go a little bit differently this time. Okay, we have the Ephemia, which is nice. Could be useful. Could be useful. Oh, are we also playing against Orzhov? This is probably Orzhov. Oh no, it's Doom Foretold. Ugh, I hate this deck. Alright. Well, let's get moving as fast as we can. Went for the Eliminate. Odd. It's not the biggest threat in the world. Doom Foretold is coming up next. That being said, I'd be happy to give up an Ephemia. Okay, so he plays Alsvet's Nightmare. Very typical. He was mana screwed. That's kind of important. Well, if we're gonna run out of creatures, this is the way to do it. This would have been a very good hand against a non-control deck. Probably the Banishing Light. The Banishing Light is the one that is the most threatening. Yep, very good at understanding our opponent. I need another threat before the Doom Foretold comes in, because once that happens, we are in trouble. Which is going to happen next turn. We got lucky with a tap land, kept it on top, always a bad sign. Look, hovering over our card, removal number 2 coming. Oh, that's fine with me. It's not the removal spell I was expecting. Alright, nice pick up here. Alright, that actually kind of hurts because we do play Ephemia, so that is somewhat unfortunate, but gosh, we played against 2 control decks. The deck that just really hoses us. I'm so frustrated that this is what it came down to today. But we have the Castle Ardenvale. I'm going to keep the Luminarch Aspirant. Oh, that was a nice pickup. That was actually huge for us, actually. I'm going to put it on that fort just in case another Heartless Act is here. Damage is the same. So let's discard a card. Do we want to draw? I don't know if I want to give him card advantage. Let's just discard. I don't need the Glass Casket, so that's a very easy discard. I was debating if I should draw or not, but... Okay. Okay. That is extremely frustrating because we could have... It would have been better if that didn't hit anything. What are you gonna do? Okay, well, this is nice. I think there's construction going on in my house. No more doom foretold for you. Yeah, there's definitely some construction going on around my place. So if you hear that noise, I apologize. Can't do anything about that. We've had construction people in my apartment complex for like over a year now, and they're just the slowest workers, and I have no idea why the landlord allows them to stay for this long. But here we are. I think my landlord's getting ripped off, and she's had a bad track of hiring people that just do sloppy work. Well, alright. I'm pretty sure that's game, if anything. Oh, no. I'm going to take that back. The Euphemia's not a bad sign here. Sure. I have nothing to discard. And we do have the Castle Ardenvale, so... And I thought they were going to make 4/4s, but I think they didn't have enough mana. Oh, there's a Shark Typhoon, so... That's bad news. This is going to be tough, just because now they're going to have constant blockers. Just every time, I really am getting sick of Elspeth's Nightmares. It is extremely frustrating for no reason. Did you get all 4? 1, 2, you got 3? Jeez. That is so unnecessary. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Alright, this is probably game now. I mean, I'm not really sure what else to do at this point. Yeah, I mean, our control matchups are decent, but not if they draw like that, so... It's been an interesting experience, if anything. Alright, yeah, we'll scoop. Alright, well, again, we knew this deck wasn't in the best of spots, but, I mean, the fact that it beat Rogues is something, and, you know, the bad matchup is control decks at the end of the day, but there are cards that are going to get better, like the Flash Angels and the Demons. They're going to really push this over the edge, so, it's still important to know what we're working with. I mean, there's a lot of cards that, you know, I'd still keep, like Luminarch Aspirant, probably the Rankle. I would at least keep a female for the sideboard, if anything, just to, you know, have those constant threats. Even with Elspeth's Nightmare running around, still a good backup threat against control. So, if you enjoyed this video, again, if you're still here, not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, you know, hit that alarm bell, again, help me out. And just thank you all for your support. A lot of you have been really supporting me, even though we've been slowly on the grind, but it's a sure way to, you know, really reach out to the audience. So right now up top, YouTube is showing you a video of my most recent upload. Right below that is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically will like. For some reason, YouTube says you will like this video. So go ahead, watch those videos, explore their channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you for your next NerdPhil.